I'm telling you right now, it is an accident waiting to happen somewhere. If they understand that you're the landlord, they're going to look to you to give them concessions at some point. And so now this beautiful dream of a situation that you set up for yourself, to where you living in one unit, the tenant next door is paying your rent or paying your mortgage. Now you're living free. You've eliminated the number one expense for most Americans in this country, which is your living expense, by way of living somewhere and having someone take care of that. Why would you cannibalize that opportunity by way of letting them know that you're the owner of the property? I'm gonna share with you in this video the number one thing that you need to know and understand about house hacking to keep you from having a house hacking nightmare, all right? House hacking has clearly become one of the most popular topics in the real estate industry, especially for those that want to break into become a property owner, right? And have a cash flow property. And there's a lot of advantages to that strategy, right? Low interest rates, high leverage, because you're going to the banks oftentimes getting, a conforming loan. Maybe you got small down payment. If you got a VA loan, maybe you got no down payment, right? And so there's a lot of advantages to going out and utilizing this vehicle called house hacking. Depending on where your season is in life, could be a great fit for you, right? Maybe you don't have a family yet and you're somebody that's single or just dating, and you can go and rent out or live in one side of the two family and rent out the other side. Or maybe you even got 4 units and you could really start to compound your growth in one place, right? Because now all of a sudden, one of the units takes care of the debt service, and then you got 2 units that's free cash flow. So it's an amazing opportunity that could be a foundational stone to set you up and start building wealth at a young age or whatever age that you're currently at, right? But let's talk about the most important aspect to when you go out and house hack. The thing that will be your absolute demise if you don't get it right. Never let them know you're the landlord, okay? This is the most critical step in this process. Now just imagine this, right? Imagine you living in one unit. Let's just say you got one tenant, right? Tenant next door. Y'all becoming good friends, maybe y'all watched the game together, had a couple beers together, whatever. Y'all become friends over time. Well, becoming friends, you start to uncovering and discover things about the other person. The last thing you want to happen is that in the process of becoming friends, that they understand that you're the one that they pay their rent to. Because now all of their problems just became your problems. And that's the biggest problem with you ever being able to collect your rent. And the worst part about that is that you can't get away from this individual because you live right next door to him. So the best way to set up your house hack scenario is to go out and get a property management company. Never let the tenant next door know that you're the landlord. And I know everybody's gonna have difference of opinions, and that's great. Put the comments below. But I'm telling you right now, it is an accident waiting to happen somewhere. If they understand that you're the landlord, they're going to look to you to give them concessions at some point. And so now this beautiful dream of a situation that you set up for yourself, to where you living in one unit, the tenant next door is paying your rent or paying your mortgage. Now you're living free. You've eliminated the number one expense for most Americans in this country, which is your living expense, by way of living somewhere and having someone take care of that. Why would you cannibalize that opportunity by way of letting them know that you're the owner of the property, okay? Now, if you're somebody that's analytical and you want to be even more strategic, you can go out and put the property in a trust to then further insulate yourself from somebody going and looking up public record and finding out who the property owner is. But I'm gonna tell you right now, most people are lazy, and I don't think it'll ever get to that. But if that made you feel more comfortable, you can by all means go do that. But in broad strokes, just by going out and hiring a property management company, having that property management company deal directly with that tenant. Let's just say, right, that you got a tenant that's paying you $1,000. You mean to tell me 8%, $80 a month is not worth having a liaison and mitigating your risk of ever having to deal with the fallout behind that tenant not paying their rent, and because the girlfriend or their mom or whatever, their personal situation becomes your business situation, right? Why not give somebody that 8%? We got to start thinking differently. It's not necessarily